Here are my pictures for prompt 28 wires and prompt 29 garden. Now when I was trying to do the picture of the wires, I decided I would just do the cables, and I was going to do a whole bunch of cables and all bunched together and concentrate on the negative space between to make patterns. But I was having a very shaky hand day. You can probably see my lines are quite uneven, their cables are bulging in places, and I tried several times and I just couldn't get the cables a nice even width. And in the end I decided sometimes you have a bad day, you just can't do things, you're not feeling well physically, or sometimes it's a mental block, or you're just not feeling great and you just can't do what you want to do. So after spending a little while in the afternoon playing about with patterns and things, I just decided I'm just going to go with the 3 cables, leave it at that, add some colour, concentrate on getting some light and some shadow on, and just forget that because it's just not working out for me how I want. So on the other extreme, I was very excited about garden. I was going to originally do just a view of a section of the garden with some fuchsias and lavender and my lovely hydrangea. Now my hydrangea is a runaway bride, so it's a pot hydrangea. It doesn't have the big like ball head of flowers. It has lots of individual blossoms absolutely covered in them. It's beautiful, and it is white, but it has some pink tone on it as well. So it's a really beautiful flower, and this year it has been absolutely magnificent. I can hardly see the leaves because of the blooms. So I decided I wanted a bit of colour on the background. So the day before I wanted to do the inking, I got out some Brusho, sprinkled some pink, purple and blue onto the background, misted it very lightly so it's just a very pale colour, and left it to dry. And the next day I just got out a black Pitt pen and started doodling. Now this is my practice piece. The reason I'm using it as my main piece is just really to show some different ideas here and where I was working through what I was going to do. I have actually done another one that's nice and neat, and it has a darker background, but I'm going to show you that in another video where I'm going to talk more about Brusho and Brusho backgrounds, because I love using Brusho as a background. So this one, I wasn't entirely happy with it. The leaves, you can see around the couple of flowers that I've done some blue and some pink as a background, just to get an idea, did I want a darker background? And in the end I decided, well, I like some of the flower shapes, I like the petals, I'm just going to use this as my prompt. And so there we go. So I did the next one I did quite differently, which you'll see later. But I wanted to, I think with the very delicate petals on the hydrangea, it's nice that you can, it sort of conveys that they're quite delicate. Now it's not a realistic drawing, so don't come out and say it doesn't look like a hydrangea. Some of the petals don't look like hydrangeas at all. This is merely an impression. So when I look out my window, I see this big plant and pot, and it's just covered in blooms and just a few leaves that can be seen. So it's just really my impression of what I see in my garden, the first thing I see when I look out of my window. Enjoyed doing that a lot because I like doing flowers, and flowers don't have to be realistic, they can be totally made up, they're just nice shapes. I think it's important just to have fun with the subject, and definitely the Brusho makes it a lot more fun. You can see in places I was working around it to get colour in the centre of the flower, or I was using the colour as the base for the actual petals, and it's such a versatile medium to use. So there we go, that's those two.